Have you ever been dating a woman who said things like, I don't need a man, I'm independent, I can do anything a man can do? Or what about a woman who has flat out told you that she wants a strong masculine man that she can submit to, but when it comes down to it, she's not submissive at all. She was faking it, she was lying to you. Or perhaps this hasn't happened to you, but you have surely seen it happen to friends, family, acquaintances, or just things you've seen on the internet in general. Regardless, this topic is for the guys that want to avoid women that are pretending to be traditional. So throughout this video, I'm going to give you 9 signs to help you identify women that are pretending to be traditional. Is she truly submissive or pretending? And in these 9 signs, I break down different patterns that you can use to help you spot things in their behavior, in their words, in their actions. Is she truly submissive or not? So this is the topic for today's video. There's an introduction and there's also more information I'm going to be giving you with some scripture as well. And before we get into this, I just want to mention that this post that I wrote, it's from my Relearning Relationships community. So for any of you that would like to check it out, I'll leave a link down below. There's a free trial, so you can try it out for 7 days and then cancel. It's free for you to try. The price is only $11. You can test it out. There will be a price increase happening soon, so if you want to join now. You get a free one-on-one call with me upon signing up. We have monthly group calls. There's different courses you get in the community, and every Friday I post an exclusive newsletter weekly. With that said, I'd love for you to check it out, and of course you can download the app on your phone as well, not just on the computer. With that said, let's get into the video, and let's start off with the introduction. So, is she truly submissive or just pretending? Now, not every woman who claims to be submissive actually is. Some women use submission as a temporary act, whether to gain leverage, secure a relationship, or fit into a certain social expectation, only for their true nature to emerge later. Understanding the difference between genuine submission and performative submission is crucial. A truly submissive woman trusts her man's leadership, supports his decisions, and creates peace in the relationship without using it as a tool for manipulation. A woman who is just faking it, on the other hand, may say the right things, play the role when it benefits her, but ultimately resists true surrender when it requires trust and humility. So how can you tell if a woman is authentically submissive or just pretending? It all comes down to consistency, respect, and trust. A fake submissive will show contradictions in her actions, selectively submit, or only when it serves her, and undermine your leadership. This article breaks down 9 key signs that indicate a woman isn't truly submissive, but is faking it. If you are serious about finding a woman who truly respects you, God, and herself, then you'll want to watch this to find out before committing to a relationship. Right, so with that said, let's start. So the first sign that a woman is pretending is obviously common sense, which is inconsistency between words and actions. If someone claims to be something, then the words and actions will align. So if you are dating one of these women who's telling you that she's traditional, she's really feminine, she just wants a real man, and you think you got lucky, but you start to notice inconsistencies, you might want to pay attention to that. If she talks about submission, right? Oh, I'm really submissive, I want a good man, but only acts submissive when it benefits her, then she's not truly submissive, right? If she claims she wants a strong man, but then when you're leading her and giving her direction, she doesn't follow you, then she's lying to you. If she plays the role in public, but is completely different in private, okay, some women will do this to you. In front of others, they'll be all sweet and soft and girly and hold your arm, present a good image. But behind closed doors, they're transactional. They don't nurture you. You ask her to make you a coffee, she says you go fetch it yourself. Never does your laundry, doesn't assist or nurture you. If you're seeing an inconsistency there, Pay attention. And if she submits selectively, if she only submits when she gets something in return, I'm only going to cook for you if you buy me this handbag, right? If you start to hear things like that, for example, oh, I'll only give you intimacy if you do the dishes. Is that the sort of marriage you guys want? So those are the first patterns I would watch for. Second sign that a woman is pretending to be traditional is resistance to leadership. I posted something on my YouTube channel recently about this, which goes like this. This is the quote. If she doesn't seek your guidance and leadership, she doesn't love you, bottom line. So if your woman challenges your leadership when it really comes down to it, you make a very tough decision as a man and she just doesn't follow you, she doesn't back you up, she doesn't support you, she questions your decision, you should be questioning her loyalty to you. If she's testing you instead of genuinely trusting your decisions, so anytime you make a choice, a decision, she's resistant to it, she's asking you why, she's hesitant, she doesn't want to follow, she resists it, she's kind of pulling away, that's not a woman who's aligned with you. If she undermines you subtly, making passive-aggressive remarks when you make a choice, whether it's an investment that you make, or an important career or business decision, or a health decision, or just even something small, right? Okay, babe, we're going to dinner, 8 p.m. I booked a restaurant. She's like, no, I want to go here. I don't want to go there. And she's like resistant to you. And she's like, pff. Any decision you make, she's like, well, I don't want to go to that restaurant. Pff. As if you know where I want to go. Oh, you think you're gonna go to the gym, are you? Pff. Yeah, let's see if you keep your word. Oh, you think that investment's gonna work out? Pff. We'll see. If she starts speaking to you like that, that's not a woman that respects you. She's supposed to support and nurture you and have full faith in your decision making. If she prefers independence over cooperation when decisions need to be made. So if there's an important choice to be made maybe in your life or her life, and especially in her life, if she prefers to do things on her own, she makes a decision and she never consults you, she doesn't seek your leadership, she doesn't seek your guidance, then she's not submissive. She's not following you. When a woman loves you, whatever even her small daily decisions, she'll come to you as her man. Hey, what do you think about this? Hey, sweetheart, which dress should I wear, for example? Hey, what nails look better on me? What would you like me to make you for dinner? Even like little things like that, and she will do what you want. Usually, she's happily nurturing and serving you. That's what a real feminine woman does. And again, this is assuming you're a good man who's doing everything right in the marriage and the relationship. You love her, you honor her, you treat her well. But if your woman prefers to make choices on her own without consulting you, man, if you should be her little Google, you should be her ChatGPT of knowledge. If your woman ain't coming to you for leadership, she's going somewhere else. The third sign that she's not submissive, she's not traditional, is that she uses submission as a tool, not a trait. In other words, it's not part of who she is, she's just faking it. She uses it as a means to an end. So if she uses submissions as a means to manipulate you, only submitting to get her way, watch out for that. If she plays submissive early on in the dating stage, but as you guys become a couple, like she slowly drops the act, she stops cooking, she stops baking, she stops nurturing you, she stops looking pretty for you, she doesn't follow your lead, she doesn't ask you things about your leadership anymore. She just stops once she gets comfortable, once she has you. That was a woman who was pretending, because she understands a man wants to feel like a man, and she was making you feel that way. But once she felt like she got you, she stopped being a woman. Number 3, if she's using submission to disarm you emotionally to gain leverage. Oh, if you want to be intimate with me, please do that for me, kind of thing. You want to be careful of that sort of woman. If it's this for that, give and take, if it's transactional, then she's not really submissive. She's using it as an act. And submission is about trust and respect. It's her trusting in your decision making as a man. She wants to be led by you. She wants you to be the man. And if she's resistant to that, come on. So if she acts submissive to gain social validation or approval in front of friends and family or other social settings, but you know at home she's not, again, it's not genuine. Number 4, she disrespects you in private. If she talks down to you or disrespects your leadership behind closed doors, and this isn't like in a subtle, passive way like muttering under her breath as we covered before, which in of itself is disrespectful. But if she's telling you to your face, nah, you don't know what you're doing, you're an idiot, you're stupid, I don't trust you, I'm not doing what you say, who are you to tell me what to do? You're not my father, why do I have to listen to you? If that's the type of back talk you're getting, watch out. If she's overly critical, dismissive, or condescending when you're alone about any choice you make, pay attention to that. If she's uses submission as a temporary front but doesn't genuinely respect you, again, this is the pattern you're going to see if you're being disrespected. Pay attention. Number 5, she attempts to control through submission. So she will play the victim while acting helpless to shift responsibility onto you. What does that tell you? You need a woman, gentlemen, that's mentally stable, who is accountable for her own actions. When she makes a mistake, when she does something good, she can acknowledge it. You want a woman that's well-rounded mentally. If she's playing the victim, there's no accountability. You can't have a relationship with someone like that. If she uses her submission as a guilt trip method, if she's testing your boundaries to see how far she can get before you enforce limits, and this is something I always say about this, a good woman is not going to push your boundaries because she loves you. So if you're dating a woman who is pushing all your buttons or seeing what she can get away with, that's not a woman that loves or respects you. A woman that is in submission to you as a man, because she respects you, doesn't cross lines. Maybe as an accident, but that's the difference. A woman like this, who doesn't respect you, she's pushing the lines intentionally to see what she can get away with. That's not love, and it's not submission. Number 6, she fails to trust your judgment. If she constantly second guesses your decisions, are you sure? Are you sure? Trying to change plans all the time, not once, because those things can happen, but if it's a consistent pattern, if it's a recurring theme, are you sure? Are you sure? What about this? What about that? She just you can suggest a movie. Every time you suggest a movie, she's like, no, I want to watch this, I want to watch that. Anytime you suggest, all right, babe, let's get a takeout, let's order pizza, for example, every time it's no, only what she wants, always second guessing you, even on small things. Because guys, if your woman can't follow you on a small thing in life, how can she follow you on the big things in life, in marriage? That's why when you start dating a woman and you extend an invitation to a date and you tell her you're taking her here, for example, and she's resistant to that, I'd pay attention. Does that become a pattern later on? Because if a woman shows resistance in one place, she might show it in others, and you may not like where that leads you. So if she's constantly second guessing your decisions, bad thing. If she always needs to have the final way in a subtle way, so when you make a decision and she quote unquote submits and agrees, but then she's strutting around the house angry or pissed off and goes quiet on you, then she ain't really following your lead. She's putting on an act. She's biting her tongue. A feminine woman that loves you will follow your lead gladly. That's the difference. If she acts supportive but manipulates outcomes through emotional or indirect control, pay attention. Number 7, if there's selective feminine behavior, and I find this one interesting, and this is the opposite of submission. If she uses femininity when it's convenient, but drops it when she's frustrated. If she acts all cute and feminine and lovely to get her way, being all sweet and caring, but you say no, or you disagree with her, you make a different choice, and she just lashes out and she stops being feminine, what does that say about her? If she acts nurturing and soft only when she wants something from you, what does that say? And if she becomes aggressive or dominant when things don't go her way, right? She's typically women that are spoiled, women that are higher on the narcissistic spectrum, women that settle for you, don't desire you, things of that nature will typically behave this way. Like, how dare this guy not follow me, kind of thing. If she's feminine selectively, what does that say? You want a woman that is naturally feminine around you. And mind you, if you get around a woman that adores you, she'll naturally be feminine as a byproduct of how masculine you are. But of course, sadly, there are cases of women who they will be like this. They're just a walking red flag. Number 8, she lacks peacefulness. If she causes drama, starts arguments, instigates fights, again, this is really a combination of everything else we've already covered here. She doesn't trust your judgment. She's feminine when it suits her. She tries to control you. She disrespects you. She uses submission to get her way, resists your leadership. Things are not adding up. She's not bringing you peace. A feminine woman knows that she can win you over through her submission, through her femininity. She can inspire you and encourage you to be a better man by her being a ladylike and soft to make you strong. But a woman who lacks peacefulness, she's contentious, she argues, she causes drama. That's not what you need. If she's argumentative, combative, or instigates conflict unnecessarily, she's starting arguments out of anywhere. I know this is like a modern theme. Guys always like to say, yeah, women like causing drama. I don't know what sort of low quality women you guys are hanging around. But my woman, after years, has never caused any drama, ever. I can think back of exes who caused drama, who weren't submissive, who weren't feminine. My woman brings me peace. As it says in scripture in Proverbs 31:12, a good woman, she brings peace to her husband all the days of his life and no harm. A good woman brings you peace. If your girl isn't bringing you peace, she's bringing you the opposite. If she doesn't create a sense of ease or emotional safety in the relationship, you're walking around on eggshells. You got to be careful of what you say because she's going to blow up at you. That's not a woman who's feminine. And last but not least, this is the biggest one. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I don't need a man. If she mocks submission, then she's faking it. If she makes jokes about being oppressed when following your lead, or in general talks about how women are so oppressed and all of this, what does that say? If she sarcastically refers to herself as a traditional woman when doing something feminine, ha ha ha, look at me, I'm cooking. Ha ha, look at me, I'm cleaning. If she can't do those things with gladness, if she doesn't find joy in serving you, what does that say about her? As a man, if you love your woman, you should feel joy in providing for her, right? So, again, there's always a truth in jest, as the old saying goes. If she's mocking feminine women or mocking herself, like making a joke when she does something traditionally feminine, what does that say? If she laughs or ridicules other submissive women, calling them weak, controlled, or brainwashed, she's projecting, right? She's insulting other women. Oh, haha, look at that woman, she's following that guy. Haha, she's so brainwashed by him, she's like a dog on a leash. If she says things like that, ooh, we want to be careful. If she passively aggressive submits in a way that makes you look or feel bad as if to prove a point. Yikes. And of course, the classic, she says things such as, I'm independent, I don't need a man, I only submit to you because I want to, not because I need to. Making it clear that she doesn't really want to follow your lead. She's only doing it because there's something in it for her. That tells you everything you need to know. Those are the 9 signs, in essence 9 patterns I would personally use to weed out women that are faking it. It's what I've seen over the years working with clients and from my own experiences as well. And then I'll just close it on these Bible verses. Okay, here we go. Here are some Bible verses that speak on submission and the right attitude to have in a relationship. Ephesians 5:22 through 24. Wives, submit yourself unto your own husbands as unto the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, even as Christ is the head of the church, and he is the Saviour of the body. Therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ, so let the wives be to their own husbands in everything. This verse makes it clear that submission is not just an option, it's part of God's design for marriage, modeled after Christ and the church. A woman who resists or mocks this is rejecting a biblical principle. Colossians 3:18. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as it is fit in the Lord. True submission is not about weakness, but about aligning with God's order for the household. A woman who is genuinely submissive will do so with a willing heart. 1 Peter 3, verse 1 through 2. Likewise, wives, be in subjection unto your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, they also may, without the word, be won by the conversation of their wives, or they behold your chaste conversation coupled with fear. Translation into modern English: a woman's submission should be evident in her behavior, even influencing an unbelieving husband through her respectful and godly conduct. A woman who only acts submissive but secretly resents it does not align with biblical teaching. So guys, if a woman is truly feminine, she will bring out, and submissive, she will bring out the best in you. She will push you to be a better man, providing you're a good man in of itself, right? Titus 2:3 through 5. The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the younger women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at the home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of God be not blasphemed. A godly woman is not only submissive herself, but also sets an example for younger women. A woman who mocks submission contradicts this teaching and risks leading others astray. Proverbs 21:9. It's better to dwell in the corner of the housetop than with a brawling woman in a wide house. This verse warns against quarrelsome, aggressive women, which is often the opposite of a really truly submissive wife. A woman who mocks or resists submission is going to create a household that's dysfunctional. 1 Corinthians 11:3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of every woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God. God designed a divine order for relationships. A woman who refuses submission or pretends, or secretly rejecting it, is resisting God's design. Proverbs 14:1. Every wise woman builds a house, but the foolish one plucks it down with her hands. A wise woman understands her role in strengthening her home, while a foolish woman who will mock or reject submission destroys it. 1 Timothy 2, verse 11 through 12. Let the woman learn in silence with all submission, but I suffer not a woman to teach nor to usurp authority over the man, but to be in silence. This was Paul speaking, and this verse enforced the principle that a godly woman is not meant to dominate or override male leadership. A woman who says, I don't need a man, or constantly challenges your authority is going against this principle. And the funny thing is, it plays out in nature. When you see or you ask women, do you find it attractive when a man is a weak, pussy coward who doesn't make strong decisions? They always tell you how it turns them off, how disgusted they are by weak men. And you see it, how much women are turned on by a man who's strong and dominant and masculine, and he leads with love and honor. Again, this is assuming that the man and woman find each other attractive and they have the same values. But this is how things play out naturally. So, these are my final thoughts. Actions over words. True submission is consistent, peaceful, and rooted in trust. If she only submits when it benefits her, is performative in nature, or uses it to manipulate, then it's an act, not reality. Watch her actions over time, not just her words. Always look at what she does, not what she says. That's what I would do to see if she's truly submissive or pretending. Let me know your thoughts down below if you have anything else to add. And I hope to see you guys inside of the Relearning Relationships community. And with that said, I wish you all a wonderful day, and I'll see you all in the next one.